Hey guys, welcome back to E-Bike Random Adventures. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new scooter from iScooter. This one is called the iX7 Pro. This is a dual motor scooter. You get 1,000 watts in the rear, you get 1,000 watts in the front. They do say it tops out at 38 miles per hour and can give you up to 50 miles of range. Of course, that's going to be riding on the lower settings. Speaking of settings, the scooter does have 4 different settings. You get a walk mode, you get an eco mode, you get a race mode, which you would think would be the fastest, but it's not. Then you get a sport mode. Sport mode is the fastest mode. So if you want to get somewhere around 50 miles of range, you're going to have to ride this thing a little bit lower and slower. If you want to get out, have a little bit of fun riding around in dual motor, ripping around on some hills, getting closer to that top speed of 38 miles per hour, you are going to get a little bit less range. Overall, guys, the scooter has a little bit more of a slick, professional look to it. It doesn't have the RGB lights flashing all over the place like some of the scooters do, but it does have that nice blue ambient light down on the sides. If you do get your scooter and that blue ambient light don't come on, which is the case for my scooter, you do have to press the power button and the mode button together to get that blue light to come on. Alright guys, the scooter does have a 48 volt, 15.6 amp hour battery that pushes the power out to these 1,000 watt hub motors in the front and the rear. This thing does put down some power, guys. It has some good acceleration. It is a full suspension scooter, guys. You can see the 2 heavy duty springs in the rear here. There is another heavy duty spring tucked up under the front here. In addition to that, it does have the large 10-inch pneumatic fat tires, so they're going to help take up some of the bumps as well. The handlebar height here is 48 and a half inches. I did measure it with the tape measure. I am a 6-foot rider. Let me hop up here and show you how I fit on the scooter. Does have a large long deck. I do have size 12 feet. My feet fit on here easily. It is nice and wide. I can stand sideways. It does have the step back here where you can put your back foot on it. I do like to ride like this. Feels a little bit on the firm side. These are some pretty heavy duty springs. And that's a good thing because they do say the scooter has a 330-pound weight limit, and you are going to need those heavy duty springs if you are a heavier rider. The scooter does weigh in at 65 pounds, and it does have mechanical disc brakes in the front and the rear. In addition to that, it does have the eABS. I didn't see any numbers on the brake rotors, but they look like they're about 160 millimeters. Let's get in here a little closer, take a look at the scooter. I will show you how these handlebars fold over. We will look at the display, and I will show you the app. Alright guys, if you want to fold this scooter up and put it in your vehicle, you do have to pop the little red lever here. Pop this open, then you can lay the handlebars down. There is a little mechanism here on the bottom that is going to go in this hole right here. You put that through the hole. Fold it over a little bit, then you can pick up the scooter. Like I said, it does weigh 65 pounds. It is a dual motor scooter, but it's not too bad, guys, and it's pretty easy to pick up like this. When you're ready to go, bring the handlebars back up, latch the folding mechanism. Pretty easy. Here's a look at your 10-inch fat pneumatic tires. They do have an all-terrain tread pattern on them. This is your mechanical disc brakes. The front brake is over on the right side. This is your front swing arm, and the suspension is tucked up under a cover under the fender here. Here's a look at the rear wheel and the rear swing arm. You can see your suspension springs here. This little fender had to be installed. You do have a 1,000 watt hub motor there in the front and a 1,000 watt hub motor here in the rear. Let's take a look at the deck, guys. It does say iScooter on it. It does have kind of a rubberized padding on it. This is your little kick step in the rear, pretty solid. This is how far you can turn the scooter. It does hit the stops right about there. Pretty typical. Here's a look at the handlebar stem, guys. This one is pretty thick and pretty heavy duty. Up here on the handlebars, you do get some ergonomic hand grips. Here's your mechanical brake levers. You do get a little click bell. Pretty nice. Here's your little control panel, and you do get a large display. This is your little latching mechanism for when you fold the scooter over, you can push that down. Let's go ahead and power it up. Press and hold the power button. It does have a large display with color. Most of it's in white, but you do get some colors there. It does have a large mile per hour reading. This is your mode there, 1-wheel drive. You can change that to 2-wheel drive. You have to double tap the M button. Now you're in 2-wheel drive. You got your odometer down here, and this is your battery life over here. The battery is low right now because I've already ridden the scooter. Right now when you have the little green man on here, you are in walk mode. Press the S button to change modes. You can change it from eco mode, race mode. Sport mode is the highest. It does have a horn button here, but the horn just gives you that same beeping sound. The bell is actually a little bit louder. There is a headlight button up here on the top. Press that. It does indicate right there on the display. That's what the headlight beam looks like on the wall. It is kind of a tight beam headlight on this one, guys. The headlight is mounted up there at the top, so if you do put this bag all the way up and make this bag tight against the handlebars, it kind of blocks your headlight a little bit. I did loosen it and bring it down to show you guys the headlight. It is a bright little tight beam though, but it is kind of a smaller headlight, but people will definitely see you coming with that. Like I said, if your blue light on the bottom was deactivated, you have to press the power and the mode button at the same time to reactivate it. Once you reactivate it, you just press the power button quickly, and the little blue ambient light will come on. Press the power button, it'll shut off. It wouldn't work at all when I first got the scooter, so I did have to press it and hold that power button and that mode button together. Here's a closer look at the ambient light that runs along the bottom. Pretty cool. Back in the back, you do get a tail light, kind of smoked out. Does have a brake light. and you do have turn signals. Turn signals are pretty bright, and they do indicate down the side as well, in the back and in the front. You do get the audible beep here as well as the indication on the display, so you're not going to leave your turn signal on while you're riding because you're going to hear it. The switch for the turn signals is down here on the bottom of the control panel. Over on the right side, the scooter does come with a thumb throttle. This thumb throttle is pretty touchy, guys, so when this scooter is on, be careful with this thumb throttle. If you touch that thing, it really wants to go. Your front brake lever is over here on the right side. All right, you download the app by scanning the QR code on the manual. It is the Mini Robot app. Open the app, it says connecting to a Bluetooth device. Didn't find it, search again. You get the little Bluetooth indication up there on the display. This is the app. It is pretty cool, guys. You can see your speedometer here. You got your Bluetooth there. You got your cruise control. You can turn that on and off if this cruise control drives you crazy, which it does on this one. Beeping all the time, coming on all the time. So if you don't like that cruise control, you can just turn it off right there. Bam. If you want it back on, you got it right there. All right. Headlights on and off. Lock and unlock. Pretty cool. You can change your speed modes. You got your walking mode, eco mode. It says comfort mode here. It says normal mode here, race up there. Sport mode, sport mode. You can get into your settings here. You can change your units. You got your zero start. You can turn that on and off. If the zero start is on, you're going to get throttle right away. If it's off, you're going to have to push off and then you'll get throttle. Go into this little book setting over here. You get all sorts of parameters that you can read. You got driving time, current speed, remaining power, battery temperature, scooter temperature, total mileage, current, voltage, power, error codes, warning codes, Bluetooth version, all sorts of information in here. In addition to the speedometer, you do have your battery life indication down here at the bottom. All right, guys, most of these apps are not very good. This is a pretty nice app for this scooter. All right, everyone, let's take the iScooter iX7 Pro out for a ride. All right, so that's about the best view of the handlebars you're going to get on this ride, with me being able to keep the horizon in frame, just because these handlebars just angle back towards you a little bit. I do think that angled back handlebar setup is advantageous to this scooter because this is a dual motor scooter, and having these angled back towards you a little bit allows you to put your weight down on them, keep that front motor from spinning out as much. So let's go through and test out the speeds on these different modes. Let me see what it does on this walk mode. Don't think I've ever tried that one, actually. Well, walk mode is a little bit faster than a walk. It is giving us 9 miles per hour. Cruise control kicked in. We do have it on dual motor. Let me switch it down to single motor first, see if that makes any difference on these speeds. Double tap that power button, get it on single motor. Let's try the walk mode again. Interestingly, it actually took us up to 12 miles per hour when I switched it down to single motor. So in single motor on walk mode, it's giving us 12 miles per hour. And on dual motor, it drops you down to 9 miles per hour on walk mode. I don't know why. Kind of interesting though. Either of these is faster than a walk. I do have the GPS running here, and it looks to be accurate, showing us 12 miles per hour on the onboard display, showing us 12 miles per hour on the GPS. So that is nice. We'll see if those remain accurate all the way through. All right, single motor now. Let's try eco mode. Let's go. Let me get past this speed bump first. All right, looks like it leveled out right there at 18 miles per hour. Cruise control kicked on. And it is showing us 17 on the GPS, 18 on the onboard. There we go, 18, 19 on the GPS. So it's real accurate here on the display, guys, so. All right, this is race mode. Let's see what that gives us. Single motor. Cruise kicked on, but we're still accelerating. $24. I feel like we're still picking up speed here. 25. We got 23 on board, 23 on the GPS. That was slightly uphill there, so basically it gives you 24, 25 miles an hour on race mode, single motor. All right, guys, let's get it here in sport mode, which is actually the fastest mode. Race mode is not the fastest mode. Single motor, GPS in my pocket. We'll see what it registers for top speed on single motor. Then we'll put it in dual motor and see what kind of top speed we can get. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It was showing me right at 30 miles per hour. Let me stop here and see what the GPS showed. All right, now we've developed a little bit of a discrepancy there. Because it was showing 30 on board and the top speed that was registered on the GPS is 26. Let me run it back the other way. There is a slightest incline there, maybe like 1 degree or something. We'll give it one more chance to see what it can do going back the other way. All right, I was seeing 31 on the onboard when I ran it back the other way. Let's see what the GPS registered. All right, the GPS did register 28 miles per hour that time, and it was showing us 31 on the onboard. So there is about a 3 mile per hour discrepancy there. I came out here to the main road for this top speed run because the speed limit in that park is only like 20 miles per hour. So, all right, let's go. Full power. Front wheel spin. Be careful of that. 25, 30. Showing 35. I'm gonna give it a tuck. We'll see what it can do. It's as fast as it's gonna go right there, guys. It's showing 38. Showing us 38 miles per hour. I don't think we were going 38 miles per hour. Let's see what the GPS registered. I gave it a nice long run. GPS registered 35 miles per hour, guys. Be careful on this full power mode. This thing is touchy with this thumb throttle. This thing can get away from you, so it can actually do a wheelie. I hit that throttle a couple times. It picks up that front tire. So it is a strong, powerful scooter. So that top speed of 35, it's registering 38, but it's going 35. That's not a struggle at all for this scooter. It has no trouble whatsoever getting to top speed. This is slightly uphill, there's 38. So yeah, it can really quickly and easily get you up to the top speed of 38 on board, 35 on the GPS. So this is a fast scooter, guys. All right, guys, let's go run around the trail here. We're gonna hit the bumps. We'll see how the suspension feels. I'm gonna go straight for the bumps. Tree roots, broken pavement. It can handle the bumps. You get a little bit of a rebound knock, just slightly. It feels like a pretty firm suspension overall. Let's hit these bumps here. It's definitely got enough suspension though to get you over those big bumps. And it's 100% superior to any scooter that's a hardtail. It's one reason I like riding this trail is there's tons of bumps that I can test out. A small amount of the noise that you might hear is actually this bag on the front. I love these bags. You can put your charger in there, your tools, carry your phone in there, all sorts of things. The one problem with this bag, and you can see it right here, is the headlight on this scooter is up at the top. It's already a smaller headlight. And when you put this bag here and you want to cinch it up tight to the handlebars, it kind of blocks your headlight. The only option for you to do is to lower the bag down farther, but then it's a lot looser and it's going to make a lot more noise. So right now I have it cinched up pretty tight to the handlebars, but it's a trade-off. I'm blocking my light. All right, guys, let's take this thing out in the grass here. Make the geese angry. This thing is not going to have any trouble off-roading. You got a 1,000-watt motor in the front, a 1,000-watt motor in the back. This is a 48-volt scooter, but it has plenty of power. It gave us that 35 mile an hour top end speed, but it has a lot of torque down low. It's gonna have some real good hill climbing ability, and I am gonna show you that here in a minute. I'm gonna take this over to the big hill over here. All right, as you can see, we could just fly through the grass. Check that out, I got a little sideways. That was pretty awesome. A little bit of water in that grass. I'm glad I didn't get all the way sideways. First we'll hit the hill, hey, let's put it in single motor. Let's hit it with a run-on single motor. We're still in sport mode here, so. I think this is gonna make it up there in single motor. And that's saying a lot. This is a big hill. Yep, pulling us on up. Made it all the way up, no problem. All right, let me turn it around here. That might give me a chance here. That's gonna give us a chance here to check our EABS out on the way down the hill here. I don't really feel a EABS. Not really. If there is one, it's not doing a whole lot. But let's check our brakes here. The brakes can get you stopped pretty quick. We'll do a pull on them from about 20 when I get a chance here. But for now, we're gonna turn around here, put this back on dual motor, and we're gonna check out these 2,000 watts up the hill here. All right, double tap the mode button. Front wheel's burning out again. So I'm gonna start up this hill from a dig, full power, let's go. Accelerating quick. No problem at all. We had very similar results going up the hill with the run-on as we did from a dig. With the run-on, we hit 24, 25. From a dig, we hit 23. So this is a real strong scooter, guys. No lack of power here. Let's do a brake test right now while we got a little second here. I'm gonna hit 20 or so here, where the end of this pavement is. All right, I stopped right there, the little corner of the pavement, picked up a rock, obviously, dragged it over here. I mean, that's like 15 feet or less from 20 miles an hour. These street tread pattern tires, they grip right in on the road, guys. This gives you some great stopping power here. You do have the cable actuated disc brakes on the front and on the rear. Oh man. Whoop-de-doos here. What do I think of the suspension? I think it can handle the bumps and I think it's fine. I don't think it's the best scooter suspension I've ever felt. I've felt softer, I've felt longer travel, but I do think this one is just fine. I've also felt much, much worse. I've rode scooters with no suspension. I've rode scooters that have that little tiny suspension that has about 1 inch of travel on the front, nothing on the back. And I've rode some longer travel suspension scooters. This one is somewhere in between there, more towards the top end though. It's definitely not down there at the bottom end. Burnout. This is a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun, man, out here cruising. Yeah, can easily ride along this lake shore. Dude. You can just pretty much go wherever you want with this scooter, guys. Limiting factor is probably going to be that it has tires that are a little bit better for the street on it. But they have some pretty big knobs. All right, guys, I pulled over here on the side. It is getting dark out. Sun's going down over there. Let me show you what we did for range on this ride. I did put 12 miles on the scooter. There are 2 battery bars left, so it's looking like I would get about 20 miles of range on this ride, riding the way I was riding today. I was doing a lot of dual motor, a lot of high speed, a lot of hill climbing, a lot of burning out with that front tire. So you could ride a lot differently, single motor, eco mode, and get a bunch more range. I think I would easily be able to get 30, 35 miles of range out of this scooter if I rode in a chill manner. But if you're out here ripping and riding the way I was today with a 215-pound rider, it's looking like I'm gonna get about 20 miles of range. All right, besides that, the scooter is pretty awesome. This thing really rips. It did go 35 miles an hour, GPS verified with me on it. It rips up the hills, had no problem hill climbing, climbed up the hill on single motor, flew up the hill on dual motor. It was comfortable to stand on. I wasn't so sure if I was gonna like those swept back handlebars the way they are, but I actually did like that a lot. It does put the handlebars up a lot closer to you, so you can actually like bunny hop the scooter, and you can put your weight down on that front wheel to keep that front wheel from spinning out as much, since the handlebars are back a little bit. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed checking out this iScooter iX7 Pro. If this is the scooter for you, I will put the link for this scooter in the description below the video. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel for more e-bike and scooter content like this. I really do appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one.